This year, we celebrate 20 amazing years.
And we want to say thank you.
Because of you, we've become innovative, creative, and committed to providing the best customer service in the Bahamas.
Because of you,
we have given back to our community.
We are proud to serve our Bahamas with cable television, the nation's fastest broadband internet, and reliable phone service.
And that's all because of you.
Thank you for inspiring us,
motivating us,
and believing in us.
Thank you.
For 20 years!
A home invasion and armed robbery at a noted pastor's home leaves a family shaken. The United States Embassy's charge d'affaires defends the recent jet ski rental crime warning. A police constable charged with 3 counts of unlawful sexual intercourse. Plus, the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure is this weekend as part of Marathon Bahamas. We've got those stories and a lot more coming up tonight. I'm Dana Smith, and MB12 starts right now. Retired pastor, his wife and daughter held at gunpoint in their Twynham home by several intruders in New Providence in the wee hours of this morning. The burglary renewed widespread concerns about crime on the island and has left the National Security Minister vowing once again to do more to tackle the problem. Our Candia Dames has the story.
It was a harrowing experience for Pastor Rex and members of his family this morning. Sometime between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., his daughter was awakened to noise on the outside of the home. Before long, 5 men, at least 3 of them armed with guns, crashed through the sliding door. At 80 years old, Pastor Rex Major and his 81-year-old wife Doreen expect to live a peaceful life. They did not expect to wake up at 3 a.m. with those 5 gunmen in their house. As police processed the scene, Pastor Rex relived the ordeal. His home showed signs of a nightmarish experience. After breaking through the sliding door, the gunman broke through the door leading into the area where the bedrooms are. Pastor Rex, who had gotten out of bed after being alerted by his daughter Jewel, quickly came face to face with the gunmen who led him and Jewel to his bedroom where his wife was. They made repeated demands for money, ransacking the home in the process.
Forced us to go in here. I guess they figured that this is where everything was. So we went in this room here, and they started their business, screaming for the money. And Jewel and Doreen ended up sitting there. Jewel sitting, Doreen protecting her, standing over her, and Jewel praying, and I'm standing here. And they keep, and I keep, we have no money. And conversation goes on, and shut up, sit down. I said, no. Boom. And they pull everything out, as you see, everything.
They gun-butted you. They tried to get you to sit down.
Yeah, they wanted me to shut up and leave them alone. But I wouldn't. I couldn't. Not by conscience.
What were you saying to them?
Basically, there's no money here. I mean, leave us alone. There's no money here. You're wasting your time. Then I told them, I'm Rex Major. I'm a preacher. I'm a pastor. I don't have money.
So this is the bedroom where the Majors were held at gunpoint this morning. As you can see, the robbers went through these drawers, apparently searching for money or anything valuable they could get their hands on. Family members, neighbors, and others were at the home not long after the robbery to show support and provide comfort. The Majors all told us, however, that they felt at peace, even while the gunmen tried to inflict terror.
Rex, he wanted to fight him, and they threw him on the floor. He got up and went at them again, and they threw him on the floor. Then he got up and looked like he was going at them again. He pointed the gun in his face, and then Jules said, "Daddy, leave them alone. Let them take what they want to take." So we all just sat on the bed and watched them go through drawer after drawer, pulling out things, ripping out the TV. 3 were in the bedroom with guns, and 2 were in the other bedrooms pulling out the TVs there. They took Rex's wallet, Jewel's wallet, Jewel's new iPad, my new cell phone, took all the cell phones, took my portable DVD, and we just sat and let them do what they wanted to do. And all the time, Jewel was praying out very loud. I was shielding her, because I said, you get to her, you got to come through me.
The gunman left with those valuables. They were long gone by the time police arrived. Minister of National Security Dr. Bernard Nottage was among those who visited with Pastor Rex this morning. Nottage told us that one man was in police custody being questioned in relation to the incident. We used the opportunity to ask the minister when we can expect to hear more about those promised new crime-fighting strategies.
Within days. The Commissioner's policing plan is being completed, consistent with many of the innovations that we hope to be able to introduce. And so I think that you'll hear from us very soon.
Meanwhile, Pastor Rex called for tough action on crime.
The sense of punishment is weak. I'm a corporal punishment adherent. I believe you should be bruised and banged for doing wrong on your body. I believe that. I believe strongly that there are times when the cat o' nine tails should be used, and in Rosin Square.
Despite this ordeal, despite the fact that Pastor Rex was gun-butted, there were no serious injuries. The family is obviously grateful for that, and their faith remains strong. Reporting for NB12, I'm Candia Dames.
The U.S. Chargé d'Affaires has dubbed the government's new security measures to monitor jet ski operators in the Bahamas a step in the right direction. However, while in a roundtable discussion with the press this morning, she added that the embassy is still not comfortable with the minimally regulated water sports industry and said a lot more can be done. Kyle Joaquin tells us more.
Good morning. Are you guys ready to go? Okay. So good morning, and thank you for joining me today.
And with that, U.S. Chargé d'Affaires Lisa Johnson began her first media roundtable with the press since taking office in July of 2014. Johnson spoke on many issues, but the numerous crime warnings, in particular the latest urging American citizens not to patronize jet ski operations in Nassau, dominated the discussion. We've seen numerous crime advisories from the embassy over recent months, leaving many to question the effect it would have on the country's golden goose, tourism. But Johnson insists the warnings don't come with the intention to harm the reputation of the Bahamas.
So while the embassy may issue security messages from time to time, that does not mean we're not working hand in hand with the Bahamian government to address the violent crime situation in the Bahamas. Despite what some may allege, our intention is not to blacken the Bahamas' good name or to discourage tourism to the Bahamas. We do, however, have an absolute responsibility to American citizens to ensure they're aware of current conditions and trends affecting their safety and security.
Johnson said the warning didn't necessarily come as a result of the alleged recent rape of a 24-year-old American woman, allegedly at the hands of a Bahamian man purporting to be a jet ski operator. Instead, she said it's an issue that has lingered on for too long.
It was not a single incident. I arrived here at the end of June in 2014, and in my very first month here, I had to deal with 2 cases of American minors, 14-year-old girls, who had been sexually assaulted, one by 4 men, riding on the back of jet skis. So this was an issue even back then. I had many discussions at the time with different parts of the Bahamian government. Everyone expressed concern. Not a lot, in our view, was done.
She said the embassy has received repeated complaints from cruise lines that their passengers are concerned and are harassed on beaches, approached very aggressively, and even offered drugs. Johnson said she doesn't think that at the moment the industry is being licensed and run in a way that puts the best foot forward. Just last week, it was decided that Defense Force Marines would patrol areas frequented by jet ski operators. But Johnson said the fact that the man alleged to be behind the most recent rape of a tourist wasn't even a licensed operator is even more troubling.
In a way, it's worse that he's not licensed, because it means there can be people out there doing bad things. It means the enforcement and licensing system isn't working necessarily as it should. But it wouldn't have had any impact on the on the advisory if he had been licensed or not. The goal for us is not protecting the industry, it's keeping American citizens safe.
But as for the embassy one day endorsing jet ski operations again,
You know, at some point when I feel it's appropriate, I may make a statement about measures that have been put in place. But for now, that warning stays on the books.
she said she's also going to have a conversation with the Commissioner of Police on the licensing side to see if there's a way those charged with drug-related offenses or rape aren't allowed back on beaches. But with all that going on, Johnson said it's important the message of a deep relationship between the Bahamas and the U.S. doesn't get lost. Last year, over 1,700 Bahamian students received some sort of tertiary education in the U.S.
We care deeply about some of the same things, and we've been working very closely with the Bahamian government in areas of mutual interest, including citizen security and crime, illegal immigration, protection of the environment, and cheaper and cleaner electricity and energy for us all. We also partner closely with civil society organizations here in the Bahamas, and that's to help promote the rights and make lives better for those that are sometimes marginalized in society.
Now, Johnson said because this meeting could be considered a success, she will try to do it a bit more frequently. Reporting from the U.S. Embassy for NB12, Kyle Joaquin.
A police constable appeared in the magistrate's court today, charged with having unlawful sexual intercourse with 2 girls. Andros native 39-year-old DeKel Thompson appeared before Chief Magistrate Joanne Ferguson Pratt in court number 9. DeKel Thompson of Doctors Drive, Low Sound, North Andros, was charged with 3 counts of unlawful sexual intercourse and 1 count of indecent assault. It is alleged that between 2005 and 2012, at New Providence, he had unlawful sexual intercourse with a child not related by blood. It is also alleged he had unlawful sexual intercourse with the same child sometime in October 2015. Thompson was also charged with having unlawful sexual intercourse with a different child sometime between 2006 and 2009. He was further charged with indecently assaulting this 15-year-old girl between 2009 and 2014. Thompson was represented in court by attorney Maria Daxon, who told the court her client is still a serving member of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. And noting Thompson is not eligible for bail, she asked the magistrate to make certain provisions. Magistrate Ferguson Pratt said she would bring the request to the attention of the prison superintendent. Thompson was not required to enter a plea to the charges and was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections until his next court appearance. On a body believed to be that of a police officer was found in Freeport today. The body was discovered near North Star Resort on Fortune Bay Drive after noon. A police source confirmed the body is that of Corporal Jamal Munnings. Munnings was reported missing this morning. Police issued a missing persons notice saying he had been last seen on Tuesday. Investigations into the death are continuing. You're watching the best in Bahamian news. There's more when NB12 returns.